Again, head coaches and GMs, vital that there's communication and relationship. There's going to be the high times, there's going to be the low times.
No doubt.
You, on the other side, have had a very challenging relationship with a head coach at one time and Chip Kelly. Call it the way it is. There was a lot of talk about it. Without getting into a ton of detail on it, very curious, what was the main lesson you learned from that GM head coaching relationship?
Well, one, I do think that there are very few people in this world who can handle both jobs. I mean, the jobs are just, they're too big for one person to handle. And, Coach Reed knew that. He had it here. And I remember when he left, he said, when you're meeting with the equipment guy or when you're meeting with the video guy and talking about staffing and you're talking about some of the struggles they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, and you're still trying to coach the team, you only have a limited amount of time in the day to do that. So, it's hard to run the building. Now, obviously, you talk about another one of the greatest all time, Bill Belichick, and his ability to do it. And Andy did it at a high level. We went to 5 championship games with Coach Reed. So you can do it, but it's really hard. And so I think that the separation of powers works. So to go to your original question, I'm talking to an owner. The separation of powers makes sense because you want to have 2 really strong people doing their job at a really high level. And that allows you to stay in your area of expertise, but at the same time, also being able to communicate effectively. And I think when I think about it, maybe what I did, and I look at myself in that situation, maybe I took for granted because I was with someone for so long with Coach Reed, and that it was easy, it was flowing. Like I knew him before I was married and had kids, and literally we were with each other through births and deaths and marriages and life. So sometimes maybe you take that relationship because it's so easy because you're with someone for so long. Doesn't mean we didn't have challenges, but you kind of take it for granted, and then you go, all right, well, you have to build that from scratch with a new head coach. And so it doesn't just flow like that, like any relationship. You have to really work at it and spend time and build trust. I think that's one of the things that I took out of that, is that it's really important to have that. And then at the same time, making sure that the communication is going person to person, man to man, eye to eye, and that you're not having delegates. You're not having, you're really close with this guy, so maybe you talk to this guy and then I talk to that guy. That doesn't work, and you have to have those hard conversations. And as long as there's mutual respect, those hard conversations can come out in a good place.